everyone, it's Kat. Sorry about my hair. It's a mess today, but I have been debating for the last couple weeks now what video I wanted to put out. And I couldn't come up with any ideas, so I decided to do a story time video of how I ended up married at 21. So when I was 21, I had accepted a new job, and my first day of orientation, I actually met my husband. We've been married for going on 2 years now. He is fantastic. I love him so much. I can't imagine not being married now that I've been married for so long. But I will go back to how we met. So we both started this new job. Neither of us actually had completely decided that we were going to accept our new jobs, because at the time I had been working for a restaurant and I was a hostess and I was also a cook, and I had been there for a year. And after being there for a year, I wanted to try something else outside of a restaurant, because that's all I had done for the past year and a half, almost 2 years at that point. So I had decided that I wanted to try something new. So I had applied for this job. It was a call center for Canada Post. And the first day of orientation, we were all in the lunchroom. It was like a lounge. So we had all met there, and everybody pretty much was there except for 2 people. And here comes Sky walking in late. Typical. And he caught my attention right off the bat. I didn't know what it was about him, but my attention just went directly to him. And him and I had started talking and hanging out, and we had gotten to know each other. And then we had started dating, and we had met in June of 2015, and then in July of the same year, we got engaged. And yeah, so we got engaged really, really fast. We had known each other for about 6 weeks at that point. So Sky and I had known each other for 6 weeks. Just before we had gotten engaged, I went through something that was really, really, really hard for me. And one of the things that I loved most about Sky was he was easy to talk to. And shortly after we met, I was having a really big battle with myself. I had a 12-year-old yellow lab at the time. She had been my baby since I was 9, and I loved her with all my heart. And unfortunately, she got really sick and she deteriorated really, really fast. And Sky was by my side no matter what. He supported me, and he was there for all of it. And it was really, really, really hard. But we had gone to Walmart and gotten this, it was like a baby keepsakes. It's like a little heart, and it was a plaster mold that you could do. And he had gotten one of those, and so we did her paw print the day before we took her to be put down. But he was very, very, very supportive, and he was very easy to talk to, and he was there for me through a lot of stuff. And I actually proposed to him over text message, and I'll save the engagement story for another time, because that has to be one of the funniest engagements I've ever heard about. It's really, really funny, and the fact that it happened the way it did was just ridiculous. But so we got engaged in July And then when I had met Sky, he had known that I was going to need major ankle reconstruction surgery. I was a gymnast and I had torn a ligament in my ankle, which I wasn't fully aware that I had torn a ligament. I just thought that I just had a cyst in my ankle, but I actually ended up needing 2 screws. So that was another challenge that him and I faced very, very, very early on. We got married at the end of August 28th of 2015. And so what happened was we were sitting on his front porch and we were talking the one night, and I told him, I don't want a big wedding. That's just not who I am. I want something small, something intimate. And we kind of just decided that we were just going to go to like a courthouse or a chapel, and we were just going to get married. And we did. This was planned out on a Tuesday, and we got married on Friday. So we got married in Niagara Falls. It was a very small, intimate, beautiful ceremony, and we literally had nobody there. It was just me and Sky and my maid of honor and his best woman, his best friend, and then his parents, and that was it. Nobody else went. And at the time, like, that was what I wanted, and even to this day I still stick with, I would get married the exact same way now if I hadn't been married then. Originally we were planning like a 2-3 year engagement, but we just decided to shotgun it, I guess, and we got married very, very, very fast. And then a week to the day after we got married, I went in for my surgery. And he was great. He was there. I was on crutches for over 6 weeks, and I was in casts, in air casts, walking boots, like you name it, I had it. And he was great. He was very understanding. He was very, very patient with the fact that I couldn't walk. And before my surgery, I had my car and I was driving, and then all of a sudden all my freedom was taken away. But luckily I had him, and he was there, and he supported me through that, and I can never thank him enough for all the support through that, because that was one of the hardest things that I've ever gone through, one of the most painful things I've ever gone through. And so we definitely got married very, very, very fast, very young. I was 21, like 21 and a half exactly, and he was 23. And then, yeah, it just kind of happened. It was just a spur-of-the-moment decision to get married as fast as we did, but now looking back, I wouldn't change it, and I love him with all my heart, and I could not imagine not being married. I mean, being married at 21 has its challenges. Maybe I'll do another video on that, because it is really, really, really hard to get married young, and as soon as you get married young, you become an adult. You have to grow up, and that is it. And it had its challenges. No relationship's ever perfect, but I couldn't be happier with how I got married and the age that I got married. So that is my story time on how I got married. So I'll definitely film some more videos soon. I want to do one about the struggles of getting married young. And then I guess I'll do a story time on how we got engaged, because that's just a whole story on its own, and that needs to be its own video. But yeah, so that is it for how I got married at 21. I hope you guys enjoy it and have a great evening. Bye guys.